Conor McGregor is back, and this time he isn't playing the game, he's busy running it as a coach on UFC's Ultimate Fighter. Yep, or at least he was offered to do that. The Irish MMA fighter took to social media on Wednesday to share the news that he had gotten an offer to coach on a future season of the show Ultimate Fighter. It would be a reprisal of his previous role in the 22nd season that aired in 2015, where he was coaching opposite Uriah Faber. It is widely acknowledged as one of the best seasons that the show has ever produced. His Instagram post was also shared by Dana White, the current president of the UFC, meaning he isn't just blowing hot air. He posted a picture of himself at the Ultimate Fighter house, with a long caption describing his past experiences on the show and the passion he still has for it. With a black eye and a gash, my tricolor, and my new and first ever UFC gold belt, I waltzed into the notorious fight gym, the slickest suits and shouts the show had ever seen before. Man, he got that right. The Team McGregor vs. Team Faber season of Ultimate Fighter hit differently. Khan also talked about being asked to return, and it seems like the Irish superstar has really given it some thought. He wrote, "I know what's ahead. I've been ready, motherfucker. Hashtag stay ready." I don't know about you, but this definitely sounds super promising. Also, back in 2015, during his first go at it, Khan was still a fresh-faced newbie who didn't have half the experience he has now, and he still kicked butt.
Look at that uppercut. Now, Marcus over the top, looking to finish it here. Conor McGregor, another first-round win. Wow! Ultra-impressive UFC debut!
Which means if he coaches again, it'll be even more epic. Like, there's no denying he's ready, especially since he's rapidly recovering from that brutal leg injury he got last year from fighting Dustin Poirier. And is itching to get back into the game. And what better place for a comeback than the Ultimate Fighter ring? The only question now is who's brave enough to face the former lightweight and featherweight champion. Fans are hoping it'll be Michael Chandler.
But honestly, honestly,
A showdown between these two stars would be literally unforgettable. Chandler also has said that he wants to challenge McGregor by offering to go to welterweight and serve as a coach on The Ultimate Fighter. Conor's longtime coach John Kavanagh gave Ariel Helwani some insider info into what we can expect next from the Irish MMA fighter. Apparently, he sat down and had a chat with McGregor recently, where they were throwing out names of potential opponents for his comeback fight, and Chandler in particular got the superstar all hopped up and pacing his living room.
I got one dude on my mind. Conor McGregor, you gotta come back and fight somebody. I am the most entertaining lightweight on the planet.
Okay, I like where this is going. A fired-up McGregor can only make for quality television. He went on to say that the most important thing on the line for him was to pick a name that's gonna excite Conor's inner fighter and hype him up. And you know what? We are on the same page, Mr. Kavanagh. McGregor's coach firmly believes it's gonna take a lot more than a couple $1 million to motivate him to get out of his silk pants and into the sweaty gym. Preach! I mean, if I was a world-famous sports star with a net worth of $200 million, I'd need a ton of convincing to get out of bed and do exercise too. But that's not all though. Kavanagh made things even more interesting when he started naming names, such as Nate Diaz. The Irishman's coach calls him the Great Nate Diaz.
Go night-night. By submission. Oh, he's done. Oh. He's gonna break the arm. It is all over. Outstanding. Nate Diaz transitions to the armbar and defeats Takanori Gomi.
And no kidding, McGregor himself said during a fan Q&A that Nate was the toughest MMA fighter he has ever faced. Now that would definitely make McGregor's comeback the greatest in history, but there's more where that came from, cause how does Justin Gaethje sound? According to Kavanagh, Justin would be a very interesting matchup, since he's someone Khan hasn't fought before, while there would be less hype surrounding someone he doesn't already have a pre-established rivalry with. When it comes to Gaethje, that doesn't seem to be a factor. The two already have sparks flying outside the ring, with the Irish fighter having criticized the other man on Twitter. Like, McGregor really called him a jack and a bird brain with a bird brain manager. Sheesh. Not to mention Gaethje bringing up the other's possible use of steroids as a red flag he sees in facing him, something McGregor's representation refused to comment on. Fans seem to think that a fight between the two would be absolutely bad for Conor because of his bad leg and Gaethje's affinity for kicking his opponent's calves.
Cerrone takes a knee, and he's taking more punishment.
He's hurt bad.
Gaethje has him down.
It's over.
Justin Gaethje by first-round knockout again.
Justin seems to think Conor and his coaches agree, judging by his comments back in 2021. I think he's scared to fight, and his coach is smart enough not to let that happen, Gaethje said confident. Those are fighting words if I've ever heard any. Is McGregor just gonna take that lying down? Or maybe he's just too busy fighting someone he actually has beef with. While talking about potential comeback opponents, Kavanaugh also mentioned an all too familiar name, Dustin Poirier. He said, "The Poirier fight, we've done that so many times at this stage, and it's just a weird one." I mean, I get where he's coming from, but something tells me fans wouldn't mind seeing it again. At least it would give McGregor the chance to get him back for that leg snap. The coach ended by declaring that all the choices were brilliant, and each had something different and special to bring to the table. Agreed, no matter who he faces in his big return fight. We'll be tuning in, because if there's one thing McGregor can't do, it's be boring.
Alvarez getting loose, getting better here in this round, though.
Oh, man.
Until that.
Oh, he's done. He's done.
History has been made. Conor McGregor is the UFC lightweight champion.
He's got fans hyped up for his every action, even though he's been on a 17-month hiatus by now. But when will it end? When is the Notorious coming back? Well, we know it's definitely gonna happen. Like Kavanaugh said, he would be willing to bet his house on it. One of the main theories running around about why he hasn't returned yet is the same thing Justin Gaethje was talking about. People think maybe the reason he's been out so long and withdrew from the UFC anti-doping agency was that he was on steroids to heal his leg, and get mega jacked to post selfies of himself flexing, of course. Plus, the UFC has a rule that athletes need to be in the US88 pool for about 6 months before officially competing, just to keep things fair. But it seems like there's a convenient little loophole there for McGregor. If he can provide 2 negative test samples, he's in. This was a pretty recent amendment to the rules too, as in after McGregor's mini retirement. When they announced this little rule change, McGregor partook in a quick little tweet and delete action. He went online to say that he changed the game once again, and added a cheeky laugh at the end. The tweet was deleted within minutes, but of course, ever vigilant UFC fans caught the moment. He's seemingly implying that the rumors of steroids are true, but it makes no difference. The UFC is letting him back in anyways.
Far enough away from danger as he starts teeing off.
Brandao looks hurt. Brandao looks hurt. This could be the end.
Big left.
This could be an early stoppage. Another first round for McGregor. This could be it!
That is it! It is all over and Conor McGregor!
He's got that famous luck of the Irish, alright, but if he keeps up with his current chaotic behavior, it's probably gonna run out sooner rather than later. So that's everything we know about Conor McGregor's comeback as a coach on The Ultimate Fighter, and the drama surrounding it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.